and gentlemen, I'm John Munsell, the producer and the creator and the host of this wonderful program that's been on Channel 10 for a very long time, over 30 years. Tonight we're going to be doing show number 801 with this nice lady sitting alongside of me here, whom I will introduce to you in a moment. But first of all, just let me take a moment to let you know that we come on 3 times every week. Every Wednesday evening in prime time at 8:30 p.m., Friday mornings for 6:30 for you early birds when you're just driving to work and you're texting and you're emailing and you're doing all kinds of things you shouldn't be doing when you're driving, because that's very dangerous. But we also come on for the 3rd time on Sunday afternoon at 3:30 p.m. I'm going to dedicate this program, ladies and gentlemen, to 2 people. Number 1, my beautiful, wonderful, sweetheart wife, Dolores Dee Munsell, whose picture you see up on your screen right now. She passed about 5 years ago. We were married for 60 years. I miss you, honey. I love you. I can't wait to see you someday. But we got a show that we got to do tonight. And you'll see another picture over here of a beautiful lady. She's my wonderful, sweet niece who passed away a couple of years ago from brain cancer. We miss you, Jenny, and we miss you, Dee Dee. We love you two guys, but we got to do a show, so let me put this picture aside for now and introduce my wonderful guest for tonight's program, this nice lady, as I said before, whose name is Rachna Krishnan. Hey,
hello.
I pronounced that pretty
Yes,
good.
you did excellent.
She is the new CEO, Chief Executive Officer of a wonderful organization here in Northern Virginia called the Women's Center. It's been around for about 25 years, do a lot of wonderful work for women, not men, but women, and they treat about 5,000 women every year and have been doing it now for about 25 years, I think.
45.
Approximately. And these are stuff that you're supposed to be saying. I'm taking the words right out of your mouth, so I think I better shut up and let you, 25 years. And I guess we ought to find out just a little bit about you, Rachna. Before the show, you were telling me you're originally from Philadelphia, I think. You went to school, I would assume, in Philadelphia, but you told me that you went to the
University of Pennsylvania.
Nicknamed the Quakers, I believe.
That's right, the Quakers. That's right, very good.
And I had a brother, Bob, who graduated from medical school from University of Pennsylvania. I'm a graduate of Drexel, which is a neighboring school.
We're neighbors.
Is that, yeah, right. So we're sort of neighbors. And but you majored in business, and you got 2 degrees. So you got your bachelor's there, and you also got your master's degree.
Yes.
And so forth. And so what have you been doing with all these years that have gone since you graduated from the University of Pennsylvania? What did you start out as?
Sure. So when I first graduated from Wharton, I went into consulting, and I helped clients change their processes or make things better, hopefully. And so I did that for a long time.
And then you got into this wonderful profession called healthcare.
That's right. That's right.
And when you were in healthcare for a long time, I think you said 25 years or so.
That's right.
And you did a lot of work with the Jefferson Hospital in Philadelphia, which is a very famous and a very wonderful hospital. Yep. And I guess you learned an awful lot about the healthcare industry during those 25 years, right?
That's right.
And you decided to kind of branch out a little bit, but in between, you had a wonderful hobby that you picked up somewhere along the way, and you were telling me about that before. And that hobby was called what?
It's needlepoint.
Needlepoint?
Yeah, it's needlepoint.
And where did you learn how to do this anyway?
Well, I grew up in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what girls did back then.
Okay.
There was 4-H, and we all
Sewing
learned
and needlepoint.
Sewing and needlepoint. And that's what I did for a hobby for many years. And I've made nice things for my nephews and for my sister and my husband as well. So I've, it's been a fun hobby, taught me a lot of patience and fine motor skills.
And then finally an opportunity came along. Well, how did you get from Philadelphia, where you went to school, and the consulting and Jefferson Hospital, down here to the D.C. area?
Well, I got married.
A long story.
Yeah, well, I got married.
We only have a 28-minute show, so
I'll be quick. So so I got married, and we decided that D.C. was a great place for us to settle, and we've been here pretty much ever since. Yes.
A long time ago, that's for sure. It is a great place, Northern Virginia and Maryland and D.C. and so forth. Okay, then you got an offer came along to become the chief executive officer of this wonderful organization that we're talking about tonight, the Women's Center of Northern Virginia. And I guess my question would be, what is the Women's Center all about? And since you sort of came out of the healthcare industry, I would imagine that's what got your interest, you know. And,
yes.
So they made the offer and said you can be our CEO, and that's what
right.
now you're in charge.
No, yeah, that's what they tell me. So
but you've
yes.
only been doing it now for what, a month or two?
I had my 1 month anniversary on Friday.
1 month anniversary. So you're kind of new. You don't know that much about what's going on, but you're learning.
Yes.
And since you have 2 degrees from the University of Pennsylvania, the bachelor's and the master's, you're a fast learner. So you're going to learn very quickly.
That's what they tell me. Yes.
about how the Women's Center operates, and so it's all about mental health. I think the idea here is that you want to try to expand some of the old programs that are already in existence.
That's right.
But you want to think about some new plans and some new programs.
That's right.
That you guys can put into effect when you will work that out with your board of directors, and you as the CEO will work that out. What new things should we be doing for the women of Northern Virginia?
That's right. And you know, one thing that we've actually started doing is more recently we've actually been taking care of men and adolescents as well.
Men?
Men
Ooh.
and families and adolescents. So that's, actually I think 10% of our clients are men now, and we're going to have more focus on adolescents because they're very stressed right now.
But you know, to run an organization like the Women's Center takes a certain amount of money.
That's right.
A certain amount of funding.
That's right.
And I'm sure you have other means of achieving that funding business. And you do a spring leadership program, which will be coming very soon now. And what's the spring leadership? What is that all about?
So basically the leadership conference, it's Saturday, March 14th. And it is a great development opportunity. We have many CEOs, high-level executives talking about their journey to leadership positions, and we give a lot of coaching and mentoring and tips to help mostly women kind of think about their own careers and how they can accelerate their careers.
Oh, that's wonderful. And then you have a big gala, a big dinner coming up in the fall. That's
right.
a tradition where you have a chance to have a lot of people there, several hundred,
many
maybe
hundred
even
people.
more.
Yes.
And it's going to be held, and one of the reasons to have the gala, which is a lot of fun too, and a lot of happy times at the gala, is to raise some money.
That's right.
Because people have to pay some money to come to this wonderful dinner. It'll be held at some nice big hotel around Washington, D.C.
Yes.
I guess they change different hotels every year, kind of spread the wealth around a little bit, you know, and so forth. So that's something, and that's a fundraiser, so that's important. And I guess you have other fundraising things like the maybe United Way.
That's right.
And what might
People
be
give that
some
work.
of the other ways that you
Well,
might?
one thing that's really important to us is individual donations. So anyone can go to our website and they can make a donation. We also do a lot work with corporate sponsors, so they buy tables at our functions, at our events, and it's fun, but there's also great opportunity for networking.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen watching our program too, by the way, they have a wonderful website, and we're putting their website up at the bottom of your TV screen periodically, a half a dozen times during the course of our 28-minute show. We can't tell you everything that's wonderful about this terrific organization in the 28-minute program, which we're doing tonight, but you can get a lot of additional information from their website, which is, if you don't see it, it's down there. As a matter of fact, it's down there right now. Their phone number and the website, www.thewomenscenter.org. A lot of terrific information on there, how you can volunteer to do work for the organization. You can contribute funds, financial help, and they can use all the financial assistance you can muster. So it's a terrific website, and there it is. We're going to put that up a couple of times during the course of our program. One of the other things that it's very important, it's about career development too, Rachna, and I know that we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but I got to go back to the camera one more time because we're about getting close to the halfway point.
Already?
As a matter of fact, I just got the halfway warning signal.
Okay.
28-minute show, we've gotten down through about 14 minutes so far. Got to go back again to the camera, ladies and gentlemen, to reintroduce the program. In case you may have tuned in a little bit late, you're not quite sure what it is that we're talking about on the show tonight. Our featured organization is called the Women's Center of Northern Virginia. They've been around for about 25 years. They have a new CEO, a new lady in charge of it. And the CEO is this nice lady sitting across from me here, Rachna Krishnan, and she even told me how to pronounce that first name, and I got it. She told me I got it right. And Rachna is a wonderful new CEO. We're going to work with the board of directors, and they're going to come up with all kinds of wonderful new programs, and also continue the old programs, which have been very successful, right?
That's right.
Rachna. And so that's what they're all about. And their website is down at the bottom of your TV screen periodically. A lot of new information on there in case we don't cover it at this 30-minute show that we're doing tonight. But anyway, it's all about career development, Rachna, how we can help all the... And you, I think I was reading where you do you help about 5,000 women.
That's right.
And now you're going to add men and children to the format too, each and every year. That's a lot of people. And you've been around for 25 years, and you multiply that by 25 years, you've helped tens of thousands of people.
That's
You're
right.
a wonderful organization.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're on my program.
Well,
it's fantastic.
Well, we really do want to help the whole community, actually.
Yeah.
We really want to help everyone in the community with their mental health issues. There is so much anxiety and depression right now with our adolescents, with the millennials, and the military. And so there's so much need, and there's so few people that take insurance. So one of the great things that the Women's Center does is that we take insurance, and we also have reduced fee and sliding scale, so everyone can get care at the Women's Center.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, that's terrific. And you've only been doing this now for about a month, so you're in the learning mode at this point.
I am.
But I have a feeling that having gone to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania and have 2 degrees, the bachelor's and the master's, you're going to be a fast learner. You're going to learn how to do this very, very quickly.
That's what I tell people when I interview. I'm a quick learner.
You're on our program, Communicating Today, which is all about communicating to our TV audience out there, you folks watching our program, about what this wonderful organization is all about, and what a fantastic job that Rachna Krishnan is going to be doing here over the next many, many years. We hope that she'll be around shepherding this terrific organization. Now, you have succeeded your previous CEO, a lady by the name of Shirley Clark, who did a wonderful job also, and she was there for about 6 years, and then you came into the picture. So Shirley's doing something else right now, but she left the organization in good hands when she turned it over to you, Rachna. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And continue your good success for whatever you're doing. Back in 1974 is when it started. And there's something else that you guys are involved in, something called domestic violence.
That's right.
And education. They're two main areas that you guys are very much interested in. What's this stuff all about, domestic violence?
Sure. So we have like that whole section of mental health, but another big division that we have is really on domestic violence and sexual assault. And we have advocates, they're called advocates, located in Vienna, but we also had advocates at various locations such as like the Shelter House, Artemis House, the county, in DC. We have a location in DC as well, that provide advocacy and support to survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault.
Yeah. So you call these partners, I guess, and I think there's 5 main partners from what I've been told.
Right.
And you mentioned one of them, and there's a few others that you work with too, and you're just starting to become acclimated a little bit to those other partners. You have you had a chance to meet with some of them?
Sure.
Maybe not yet.
So I've gone to meet with the Fairfax County quite a bit. I've been to a couple of their events. One was an event on teen violence, teen dating violence, and that was very informative. But yes, we partner very closely with the county to provide these services. And we like to be where the women are, and that's why we are co-located in these other places.
Yeah. Now, do you get any help with, or do you work to any degree with the county, Fairfax County? Because I know that our program, our TV show, Communicating Today, gets a lot of help from Fairfax County. Right. You get a lot of funding from Cox Communications, Cox Cable TV, and so forth. What about funding and any kind of administrative or financial assistance from Fairfax County?
Yes.
Or any of the other counties, Arlington?
We get grants. We get grants from Fairfax County. Most of our clients are in Fairfax County. Some come from Loudoun and Arlington and Alexandria, it's true. But we work close with the county. We get grants from them. It's very important to provide the domestic violence services.
How about any help from the state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia,
Sure.
or the federal government, health and education, HEW?
Well, so actually some of the grants actually originate with the state, and then the state gives it out to the various
different counties.
and then we work with the counties in a private-public partnership.
It's a nice, neat little hand-me-down.
Right.
Maybe it starts with the federal government, Health and Human Services.
It used
in
to.
the state and then the county.
Yes, exactly. In fact, the federal government used to do a lot directly, but then they kind of divvied it out to the states and to the counties. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. And then we mentioned before the local funding, not HEW, but anyway. You get the funding, and you get a lot of cooperation, a lot of work from a lot of wonderful people. That's for sure.
Yes.
And
there are lots of other organizations that we get referrals from, and we send them referrals. They go us, like ARC and other organizations.
Yeah, right.
We work really with so many organizations across the county.
Yeah, right.
They send us people, and we send them people.
Okay, and then another area that you're very much interested in besides domestic violence, and there's a lot of domestic violence that goes on in the families.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's either somebody in the family is abusing the woman. It could be a husband. It could be somebody else in the family, and they need help. And they come to you folks for help, and you supply that kind of assistance, which you've been doing for such a long time, 25 years, for thousands and thousands of women. Yep. And now you're adding men and children to the category. And but I think you also mentioned something about education. A lot of these women may not have gone much beyond high school, may not even gone to get a high school diploma, and they need to get. And education is everything today. If you don't have a decent education, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to get a good job. You're not going to make enough money. You're not going to be able to support yourself and your family, and so forth and so on. So what do you guys try to do? Maybe you have seminars, I guess, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so we do workshops on financial planning. We do financial planning workshops. We do resume workshops. Yeah. So we have, and we do mentoring as well. We have this volunteer program called ICANN where we try to help mentor women as well. So that is kind of helping women through their life transitions.
Yeah. So you come from the healthcare industry because that's where you worked for a number of years when you were up in Philadelphia. And did your husband get transferred in his job maybe to come down here to this area eventually to Virginia area?
Well, what happened is, we met in college.
And then at the U of P.
Yes.
The Quakers.
The Quakers, yes, the Quakers. And then he did his residency. He's a physician. He did his residency here at Georgetown.
Does he have a specialty?
He's a nephrologist by training.
Nephrologist.
Yes, he's a nephrologist.
What is that, liver?
That's kidney.
Kidneys.
That's a kidney doctor.
That's how much I know about specialty.
Well, it's good you don't know. That means you haven't had to use that type of specialist. That's good news that you don't know.
Did he go to medical school up at the U of P?
No, he was at medical school at Jefferson, actually.
Oh, Jefferson.
I was at the University of Pennsylvania. We met.
Undergraduate at Penn.
I was
undergrad. And then later on at Jefferson.
Right, and he was at Jefferson.
And then he had to do a residency after that.
He came to Georgetown for that.
Came to Georgetown. That's another great
his residency,
hospital.
Yes.
That's wonderful. So he's got a fantastic education too.
Yes, he
And you got 2 children, I understand.
Yes, we have 2 kids.
You guys
They're
busy.
in high school now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go to a Quaker school too.
Oh.
We just like Quakerism in our family.
You're a busy family, and now you're the CEO of this fantastic organization called the Women's Center. That's going to keep you pretty busy, that's for sure.
It will keep me busy. It's been, a great experience. I've been meeting the board members, of course, but all the staff and the therapists and people in the county and clients, and it's been a very heartwarming experience. We really have just so much great impact in the community and really make a difference in people's lives. I've had so many people actually come up to me and say to me, oh, the Women's Center, it has made such a difference in our lives. My wife went there, or my child was there, or my teenager was there, or my 25-year-old daughter was there, and It has made such a difference in our lives. Thank you.
Well, you can imagine if 5,000 people that you treat every year in 12 months, you multiply 5,000 beneficiaries of your services times the 25 years that you've been in business. I can't add up what that is. That's in the tens of thousands of people that have benefited from the Women's Center. Yeah. Congratulations to the Women's Center. You guys are doing a fantastic. And congratulations that I think they picked a wonderful person.
Oh, thank you.
To be the new CEO.
Thank you.
I think you're going to do and you're smiling because I think you're happy at what you're doing. And you love what you're doing.
I do like it because I have all this business experience.
Yeah.
And I have all this healthcare experience. And I have all this volunteering experience, like with Women Organized Against Rape and Crisis Link. So I can bring my corporate experience with my healthcare experience and my volunteer experience in mental health and domestic violence, sexual assault, and kind of bring it all together here. Yeah. And I'm really hopeful we're going to just increase our impact, more mental health services. Yeah. 'Cause it's a real crisis. And we need more funding, we need more volunteers, we need more. We need more space, we need more therapists, we need more of everything to kind of meet that community need.
You have about 25 full-time staff people.
That's right.
I guess you get paid a regular full-time salary.
That's right.
And I think you mentioned before the program you have about 65 or so
therapists. A lot of which are part-time therapists.
Yeah,
we always need more therapists.
Work on a part-time basis.
That's right.
And get paid on a part-time basis and so forth. And what are some of the different types of therapy people that you might have?
Sure. So we have psychologists. We also have people called LCSWs, licensed clinical social workers. And then we also have LCPs, licensed clinical professionals as well. And so those are the main types of therapists that we have on staff. And they provide, like I said, counseling services to women, men, adolescents, teenagers, even children.
Wow.
Even children. So we do a lot of family counseling, marital counseling, all of it.
Yeah, and educational assistance too. Help people that need a more advanced education than they had because they're not going to get that good job. They're not going to work for that good company, and that's not going to enable them to provide and support their families as everybody wants to be able to do. So that's fantastic, and I can just see by talking to you, Rachna, that you like what you're doing, and I'm so happy that you got this wonderful job, this wonderful position as the CEO. And as far as funding goes, funding will come in eventually, but you can never have enough money because there's a lot of things you have to do, right. You have to accomplish. And I'm thinking about some of these big foundations. And we've all heard of the Bill Gates Foundation, for example.
Maybe someday we'll get the Bill Gates Foundation. Do you know someone there that can help us?
Bill and Melinda Gates, and they donate tens of millions of dollars to all kinds. I think he's the second richest man in the world, if I'm not mistaken. And the guy that owns Amazon, Bezos, I think is the richest, number one. And they don't talk in terms of millions of dollars. They talk in terms of billions with a B.
I just need a drop of what they'd have. So they would make a big difference to us.
Yeah, just a few 100,000 here or a few 10,000 here and there and so forth and so on. And
it would make a big difference to us.
I wonder if your board has ever sat down and said, why shouldn't we write a letter to Bill Gates? Maybe just hold our hand and say, maybe he might see our letter and maybe he might respond to it and we might be able to come up with, we don't need millions of dollars, we just need a couple 100,000, maybe 10,000 or whatever. Bill wants.
Whatever Bill can spare, we really, it would go a long way.
Yeah.
It would go a long way.
Yeah,
it's just a small amount of money would treat so many people in Northern Virginia. It would really make a big difference.
Yeah, and when you have this funded thing, you're going to have this gala, and you did mention, when is that going to be?
That's going to be in October at the Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
In Tyson's Corner.
Yeah, and that's going to be, we serve a nice dinner at some fancy hotel around town.
And some music and dancing and wine.
Oh.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah, that's going to be terrific. And then, of course, you have the spring leadership that's coming up in March.
March 14th.
March 14th.
You can still get tickets.
Yeah. And you're headquartered in Vienna.
Vienna, Virginia, that's right. Right in downtown.
Is the leadership going to be in Vienna?
The leadership conference is at the Hilton in McLean.
Where?
The Hilton.
Oh.
It's in McLean.
Oh, okay. That's terrific. Well, we're getting close. We're down to about the 3-minute level, Rachna. We got a couple more things we can, if there's anything else you can think of that you might want to add to what we've already said. I just want to mention to the folks watching our program again, ladies and gentlemen, we're putting up their website, the Women's Center website, which is at the bottom of your screen. It's there right now, as a matter of fact, and a phone number. If you have questions about what we've been covering tonight on Communicating Today, we've spent the last 25 minutes covering this wonderful subject about this terrific organization. And the wonderful guest who's been on our show tonight, Rachna Krishnan, who is our new CEO, has a very important job. She's new at the job, but she's learning very quickly. And I think with Rachna's new job as the CEO, I think this organization is in great hands. And I think it's going to go a long, long way, because I can tell by her smile and I can tell by her demeanor that she loves what she's doing, and she's happy. To be the CEO. Look at that smile. And she's happy, and I'm happy for her. And I'm happy for the Women's Center of Northern Virginia, the guest organization on our program tonight. We got to start wrapping up because we're getting down to the end. Can't thank you enough, Rachna, for coming on our program. God's bless. Best of luck in your new job as CEO.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And come back and see us again sometime soon. Tell us how you're doing. Maybe we'll catch up with you at the gala
that would be great.
In a couple of months
you
from
should
now.
come to our gala.
Got to go back to the camera, ladies and gentlemen, and close the show. Thank you so much for watching our program. I'm John Munsell. It's called Communicating Today. We always go out by saying, keep on communicating for success. Wonderful organizations like the Women's Center of Northern Virginia and our very special guest sitting right here alongside of me, Rachna Krishnan. Thank you so much, Rachna.
Thank you.
Come back and see us again sometime.
And
come back, folks, and see us next week for another wonderful show on Communicating Today. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Happy closing of winter time. God bless.